Yo, boys, thanks for tuning in. You're about to watch Elvemage's interview that we had live on Twitch, straight recording. It was so informative, so educational. Make sure you guys have your notepads ready. But I wanted to address something real fast before we start. I know I don't typically do this, but I wanted to make sure we get this out of the way because we won't be addressing it in the video. But you might hear in my comments after you watch this video on Reddit on Stove about Elvemage. This is him in the number 3 spot. Hall of Fame just hasn't updated yet, but he did lock in as of Friday, the number 3, so he will be in the Hall of Fame. Now, there were some unfortunate things that happened last day. I'll tell you all about it here, but like I said, you might hear some comments, or you might have heard already about unfair advantages, yielding, collusion, whatever it might be. Here's what actually happened on Friday, boys. Elvemage in the final hour, I believe, had one person for sure intentionally yielding to him, giving him a free win, as well as maybe I heard maybe one or two other opponents perhaps go easy on him. Guys, E7 is no stranger. Since the start of competitive arena guild wars, there's always been players working together, straight collusion, screenshots of top players just straight up asking for people to work together, collusion, things like that. But in Elvemage's defense, boys, all you got to do is watch one of his streams, which, by the way, all his links will be in the description. I shout him out. You know this man puts in the work. He's one of the hardest working players for E7 in terms of how much time, effort, and even money he puts into the game in terms of like how he wants to compete. And all I can say, guys, is I truly believe he had no hand in people yielding into him. He did not orchestrate that at all. People thought they were helping him, which in fact, guys, if you ever think you're helping a player by doing that, especially one of Elv's integrity, you're really not. So it was unfortunate that people yielded into him, but all I can say is I believe, and a lot of my community believes, that, you know, Elv deserves the number 3 spot. It was unfortunately, it's never cool to have people yield into it. We're not defending that part, or I'm not defending that part, but Elv does put in the work. He does deserve the Hall of Fame status. There was just some unfortunate things that happened at the very end there. So if you aren't cool with that, guys, if you still don't want to watch, or if you believe in all that stuff people are saying, then just don't watch the video. But I think most of y'all, if you just ever have watched Elvemage, after you watch this interview, you'll know this man truly puts in the work. He deserves the spot, and I hope you guys can learn and enjoy this interview. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Thanks so much for tuning in, and check it out. Let me know what y'all think. YouTube, it's been a hot minute. I say that every time, but this time it's for real. I got one of the biggest guests that's ever been on this channel. He's coming off the high of Hall of Fame top 3, multi-time legend. I was supposed to let him say that. Anyways, I have Elvemage here. Chat, say hi to YouTube. Elv, would you please introduce yourself to my YouTube audience? The Twitch chat already knows you, but just tell them what they have to look forward to today on your review.
Yo, Car, first of all, thank you for having me here. Always a pleasure. I stream on Twitch, Elvemage59. I mainly stream RTA Hardcore. And I gotta say, my favorite playstyle has to be aggro. I recently joined the club of the cleavers, but I mainly like to play an aggressive standard playstyle.
Yes.
I also finished Legends ever since Season 2 until Season 7, which is the latest season, and I finally managed to end in the top 3 in the Hall of Fame.
We got it, baby. We locked it in. Okay, Elv, so you ready to go down the units? And then I'll show everyone the gear one by one. People are going to be writing notes. They're super excited to see this. And then you just give any extra info, like how important those units were for you, things like that.
Yes,
okay?
yes. Yep.
Chat, let's go. Let's start down from the top. Wait, let's sort by CP. And
sure.
Yeah, let's go. Let's take a look. All right.
Keep in mind, there will be a lot of units geared.
Okay,
we're talking about around 70 units geared.
Oh my god, I was saying before we went live, I was saying I want to let you get back to hunts because it's hunt event, but we'll get through all of them, okay? So Elv, if there's a lot, just, you don't have to talk too much.
No, yeah, there's some there's some which is an easy skip, but okay. Yeah, I'll talk about it.
All right, Elv, so this is actually a unit you're very known for. Let's show the stats.
You're gonna be disappointed though. This is no longer. Yes, okay. She got nerfed to the point of unusable almost.
Ooh.
Yeah, because most of her gear went to Pavel like 2 weeks ago. This unit was okay though, but these units, Kize, Fire Eric, they were hard to use with the Soul Weaver buffs. Right? All the Soul Weavers are above her, so she was good. I used her once actually. As a last pick for a ban. That's it.
Got it. Okay. Used to be one of the best, but he said he took some gear for Pavel, who we're about to look at right now.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. Here's the Pavel. 303 speed on +30 Misha. And if anyone is wondering, guys, if you want to know if a unit is triple S, in case I forget to check it, if this memory imprint is grayed out, that's triple S. We'll probably see quite a few, right, Elv?
Most of the units are triple S, yes.
Oh my god, all right. Well, let's look at the gear.
Also, I got an upgrade for this Pavel today, the Elm.
Today on the farming, the helmet, this one?
Yeah, this was an upgrade.
Oh my.
Used to be on a 19 Elm, so it used to be 300 for it's the only unit that I changed because I got it today.
Very nice. We got 3-speed upgrade. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead, Elf.
This chest is what made it possible. Yeah, but this unit, I finally got the piece that allowed me to play Ran and Pavel together as a cleave. So it enabled me to play the last playstyle that I was able to play on my account, and I was pretty happy with it because I did cleave a few games. Like 30% of my games were cleave at least.
30%?
Yeah,
okay.
At least.
So he started, guys, as hyper aggressive, and then he shifted into now with getting some nice pieces. He was able to full on cleave with Pavel Ran, he said. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see the Vildred, the Greenville. This is your symbol holder. No Sword of Summer Twilight.
Yeah.
You wanted the best artifact on him, huh?
I mean, symbol's pretty nice because a lot of people go with the Violet Ram, right?
Yeah.
And if you have a Misha Pavel and a symbol Vildred, Violet's no longer a problem. You have high chances of dealing with the Violet because a lot of people would contest your speed with speed imprints and then chicken out at the end with like unfair units like Violet that can solo your entire team, and then with Pavel on Misha and Vildred on Symbol of Unity, that won't happen.
Yeah. All right. Very intense, boys. Okay, another triple S, by the way. Op Sig up next, plus 30 guiding light. Elv, this stat line. Is this Operator Secret where you want all the stats? Is she the same?
Yes. The only thing I would change on this Op Sig would be immunity. I think immunity's really good, but I really needed to push up the damage. She used to be on lower damage, but same speed, but slightly lower damage and on immunity. But I failed to kill some units, so I just pushed for the highest damage.
Looks good. He said only thing he would change, boys, is immunity if he could.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Politis.
This unit, sorry, but Opsig was really good. Was really good last season because of Huayong, right?
Yeah.
Huayong and FCC. If your opponent drafts both, you're no longer stuck in that 50-50 ban. You know they have to ban my Opsig because even if I ban FCC, I will have Huayong value. So this unit was really good last season. Didn't use her much on the last days, but throughout the season she was really good.
Okay, that sounds very good. Politis. Let's go through the stats one by one. Elv, you said you ventured into cleaving. Did she become a big part of your drafts?
Yeah. Almost always when you want to pair her with your cleave because you don't want to deal with an opposing Politis, book holder at the same time. And I just gave her a lot of damage. I like the 220 speed, so you're able to cut more things. And yeah, big unit.
Sounds good. That's the speed he likes it at, boys. 220. 225 to be exact. Here's another unit. Elv, when I go through the stats, can you elaborate a little bit? The Soul Weaver buffs made both Koeric and Kisei is because of how fast they were, is that right?
Yeah. Like, for example, I have almost 290 million. Most Koerics and Kiseis cannot push beyond 280 speed without losing too much of the other stats.
Yeah.
So they kind of became last pick units, and I just decided to give them mediocre, barely usable gear. Like, this Koeric's really bad. I didn't even pick him.
Yeah, because of the Soul Weaver changes. Elv, prediction for, you know how they are revamping they're lowering the speed frenzy by 8, but they're giving some Soul Weavers buffs. Do you think Kisei and Koeric will come back a little bit? Because most of those will lose around 5-6 speed or something.
I honestly believe only when they take away the full speed. I don't understand why they didn't just take away the full speed and make it 7, but I think only when they're still maybe on best of 5s single bans, right? Modes.
Sure. Yeah.
They're better, right? But on RTA with the double pre-ban system, only versus people who are very slow or last picks, right? But last picks they get banned.
Makes sense. Yep. Okay. Keep going down. Here's the Arbiter Vildred. It just says classic speed, very high damage at 230.
Yeah, just my farmer.
Oh, did he come up at all in your climb?
No.
Really?
Like once by mistake.
Okay. Some people like to pick him. Elv, how come you don't you didn't really reach for RB ever? Just no need? Other better units for your style?
I think there's always a better unit than RB.
Interesting.
I just feel like there's always a better unit than RB.
Okay. This is some premier dog walking gear, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. See, Sarah, was she used when you were doing some cleaves? It looked like she's very well statted.
Not that much, because this unit's very RNG. Like, if she guaranteed to land their 3 bombs, the 2 plus the soul burn, this unit's insane. But in reality, that doesn't happen. She was still good as your bridge, right? Because when you're ran cleaving, Pavel cleaving, you need the bridge, C-Dom usually, or Summaries area, either, right? So she came up sometimes, but not that much.
Got it. Okay. All right. Next up, we got Strays on. We got the portrait. Did he come out versus the slower players?
Yeah. I mean, more mid to late season, that's when I need to give my Strays really good gear, because there's some people who just simply die to Strays.
Yeah.
So I gave him good gear. Didn't use him that much, but when I used him, he popped off.
Yeah.
He did his job.
All right. We know who he's talking about. Or players like that, yeah. Very strong unit against certain people. Celine Soli next, 30. Oh, this is interesting. This was a special tech, correct?
Yeah, exactly. With the ARAS buffs, which were really big. I really like them. Really strong, make the unit much better.
Yeah.
And you could cheese cleaves with this artifact and T-Crosset plus ARAS, making her unkillable. And I have her really fast, and I could cheese with the artifact and get the turn and just counter the cleave.
So you said T-Crosset plus Raz, and then you have her fast, and then this gives the CR push, and she's just unkillable, boys. Anti-cleave tech. I like that. Elv, do you think when more people learn about it, is there some counterplay, or I kind of want to try?
There's one big, simple counterplay. Just don't press run S2.
Okay. Guys, we also have a rare non-triple S unit. Try to count how many he has. Not triple.
This is my lowest of the big units. That's not improved.
Okay, no worries. Oh, we got a Jacko. Elv, is this actually C play?
No, just recommended gear.
Recommended gear. World boss. Just so you wanted stuff on her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need space and world boss.
But she's triple S too. My god. Triple S world boss. My goodness. All right. Spectre Tenebria.
Oh, this unit though, this is the MVP of my season.
Really?
I use this unit every game. I was trying to play her.
Okay.
And denying my opponent to use her against me. I did 3 different builds throughout the season. I tried her all identical stat lines, but I tried her on immunity. I tried her on unity, and I ended up being on penetration set. I really like the pen set. Basically, I push her with Emilia. I kill any unit in the game with the soul burn S1, S3, and enough bulk to survive one big AoE, including a full damage 310 run won't kill her, even on a damaged artifact. And we have so much anti AoE that she becomes one of the best carries, because Wyong can't hit her, Ravi can't hit her, and things like that.
Looks very, very good. And a lot of people, I think some of the chat's talking about Unity right now. I don't know. Some people run Unity, but you said you tried different builds. The pen set doesn't seem at first glance good, because when she gets her full skills rolling, right? She's hitting 2 targets, it doesn't count. But for the initial soul burn, the first S1 and the skill 3 are both boosted, and usually that's what you care about, right? The very first hit when you're soul burning.
What I found out by playing so much Tene is that if I'm playing that long game where the double up doesn't have value from pen set, I'm already winning the game. I'm just killing them slowly, but I'm already winning the game. So I lost most of the games I lost was because I didn't kill turn 1.
Yeah.
So
makes sense,
or because I missed drafter, right? If I missed drafter, that didn't matter the set. But some games I lost because I didn't kill turn 1, and pen set just made the difference. I would kill anything with attack buff.
Sounds good. I know everyone probably has a Stenny, and Elv went for little bulk. He said just to survive 1 big hit. A lot of people are like 8k, 9k health. Elv, you wanted some so you can survive a bit. Looks very good.
This bulk is like my magic number. I survive everything I need to survive.
Guys, write it down. Try it out. He said, right, 1143 defense, 10.4. The magic number. You got it right here. Okay.
It's really magic number.
All right. Oh, here we go, guys. Y'all want a Unity? We got a Unity Landy. Elv, talk to us about this. Triple S, of course. 30 guiding.
Okay, I hate playing Landy. She feels like a Rylot, where a guiding light doesn't proc, you're dead.
Griefing light.
Guiding light procs, you're winning. I don't know. I was just through a phase I was mad about Landy. I said, oh well, let's meme around. I have 2 great Unity pieces let's do it. Why not? And I like the stat line actually. In the end, I kind of like the stat line, so I stuck with it.
So
didn't play her much though.
Sure. Okay, you didn't play her too much.
Yeah.
Because of is it mostly because I think a lot of people think she's great in the meta, but you don't like the RNG mainly from the guiding light.
No, she was really good. She was, especially with the Raz buff.
Yeah.
She became really strong with the DNs running around, etc. Raz protecting her. But personally, ever since Landy came out, I was never much of a fan of her. I would rather play against her than play with her.
Makes sense. Okay, but the stat line, just to revisit it real quick, enough health to survive Rimu S2. Is that why we have a little bit of health here?
Honestly, this is what the robot told me while having the highest gear score.
Oh, it's optimized? It's optimizer gear. Okay.
Yeah, it's optimized
so,
gear.
Boys, unlike the Spectre Tenebria where we got the magic bulk from testing and testing, this is just the optimizer gave her some bulk. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I was like, I want minimum this damage. Then we'll see what I can get with it.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Next up is Luna. Any play at all? Elf?
No, and I almost wanted, but I have so many units geared, and speed DPS gear is so hard to come by.
Yeah.
If I had, I would have her geared because I think she would be nice.
Yeah.
But she's like a very niche to have that quality of gear to work.
Guys, you heard it from the top 3 Hall of Fame himself, because my chat always trolls me for not running her on gear. Niche, you just can't, boys. You got to have gear on other units. Well said, Elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really gear intensive to make work how we want it.
Preach. All right, next up is Ida, a staple for cleave.
This is one of the most broken units in the game, in my opinion. If it's hard to draft her, but when you draft her, you know she either gets banned or you win. She's just OP. My stat line is not the best. I'll be honest. I didn't play her much. I think you want her faster, but other than that, this unit's just broken.
Okay, guys. I mean, is there anything we need to say more? It's very good stat line. It's just broken unit. All right. Well,
she needs to be faster. She's kind of slow.
Can you hear the approaching ruin?
A little bit faster. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Bryceria. Another way. Elf, how many plus 30 Mishas have we seen? 2 or 3 so far?
I have 2, and I have half limit broken third one.
Okay.
I max limit broke it when it was on the powder shop.
No worries. So this is a double S, almost triple S. Elf, Briarwitch I say is one where it's another interesting unit where some people swear by her, but a lot of people, I feel like she hasn't been used too much lately. How's your experience?
I didn't use her much. Niche unit, right? Sometimes you want to use her. The Tripper and unbuffable against the Violet, but I not the best unit. Hard to use. Feels like she doesn't do enough damage sometimes. She's a bit of RNG because of debuffs, how the debuff mechanic works.
Yeah.
Niche. She's niche. I love her. One of my favorite units, design-wise and animation-wise. But
that's most people.
Yeah.
Crowd favorite looks-wise. Okay. Next up, another unit. Elv, I'm curious to hear your takes on Celine. A lot of people think she's not good. A lot of people think you can play around her. And then same thing. People swear by her. How has she been working for you in this last season?
Okay, not gonna lie. This unit sucks. But at the same time, this unit's very annoying.
Okay, elaborate. What does that mean?
I took her Secret Sword Storm for the Celine, so I gave her Portrait because of lack of another Secret Sword Storm maxed. I like to play with maxed artifacts since I have the option to do it. This unit was good to have geared. I'll say it like this. This is a unit that was worth to have geared, but she's not very good, but she's annoying.
Okay, so you want to have gear on her, but sometimes she's not as good as some people make it sound, and then normally you would have her on her own artifact, correct? If you could.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, she's one of those units that sometimes she's really a force ban. That's it.
Okay, that makes sense.
But if she's not the force ban, she's useless.
She's useless.
She doesn't do enough. Yeah.
Got it.
She doesn't do enough.
That makes sense, guys. All right, that's why she's kind of polarizing. Next up, here, wait, we got a Ren.
Yes.
Okay.
This is.
Here we go. Elf, not triple S.
No, he's S. I'm gonna slate him.
Okay.
Like in a few days.
He's gonna get slated, boys. Good.
Yeah. Triple S. I'm shooting for trying to triple S him. I was able to play this unit 3 weeks ago. Was when I started playing this unit finally. I got some pieces that enabled me to build him and Pavel. super huge for me this season, enabled to finally play the last playstyle that I was missing, which was cleave.
Yeah.
And Apoc Run, right? Still OP.
Yep.
310, I'll be honest with you guys, 310 is slow.
But I think that's the limit for when people call it real ran. I think 310 is the minimum, so it's good enough.
It's good enough, but to fight some of the higher opponents that I fought, it's not good enough, right?
Okay.
I cannot use him. Like I'll just ban him because it's not worth for me to try and
contest. Sure, that makes sense.
Contest. But this unit was huge for me. Finally was able to play him. I still think he's like the second best unit in the game.
Yeah.
And this is enough damage, by the way, for people who are wondering. This is enough damage for him to hurt.
Tell him.
And this is enough damage to one-shot a Sith. This is enough damage to one-shot DPS Polities. It's enough to one-shot Watcher Shuri, which will proc your Sword of Summer Twilight, and thus you complete the cleave, right?
Yeah.
Guys, this is good enough damage.
This is good enough. If this top 3 Hall of Fame ran isn't good enough, there's no such thing as a real ran. All right, this is the litmus test for real ran. Let's go. I get what people saying though. They're saying like real rans have like a lot of damage, but it was good enough for you. It was good enough for you.
It was good enough.
Okay.
This is like the MVP of the last day.
This Stenny?
Yeah. No, but for most people, like the Adventurer Stenny was for me personally.
Yeah.
But Adventurer Ras for me and most people, this was like the MVP of the last day. The buffs were huge. His buffs were huge. He's on a level 75 neck. I know.
That's okay.
I'm out of HP percent next.
No, this is good. We want people to see, that, even for someone as high caliber, you got to reach for the free gear sometimes. Okay.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
This unit was insane. The buffs just made him so strong. There was only 2 art counters for him, which was Wyong. Wyong still one-shots him. There's nothing you can do about it. But you either pre-ban or first picker.
Yes.
And it was Angel of Light, right? Is a unit that has a lot of buffs, so obviously weak to the best debuffer in the game. But if you pre-ban one and pick the other of these 2 art counters, this unit was the best knight in the game, by far.
He said Hua and AOL. Yeah, his main weakness right now is just debuffs and then Hua one-shotting. But he said best knight.
Yeah.
Best knight if we can account for those 2. I agree.
Overshadowed FCC for sure, especially with the buffs to DJ Bazaar.
Yes.
And
also the barrier changes are upcoming this season too, Elv.
Which
will affect Raz, but not as much as FCC.
No, because Raspberry procs turn 1, right? Doesn't matter about the friends.
True.
Then you don't have to carry again.
But
this unit paired with hyper carries was just insane. Rimuru did nothing to the backline. Finally, you can play bruiser DPSs like Archdemon and things like that again because of his barrier and not be afraid of being one-shotted by Rimuru. And just insane night.
That's one of the big things. Really good Rimuru. Okay.
Yeah.
Elv, next up, and I know I'm super happy that you like this lady. Rest in peace, though, Elv. Guys, quick rest in peace for Aria. Soon she's going to be changed. But Elv, you have a very interesting build. I know when she first came out, you tested, you were a believer. But did she hold up near the end of the season, or did you kind of stop playing her?
This is my best geared unit in my account in terms of gear score. It's the highest. She's triple S. And in my opinion, this was the most underrated unit season and one of my best units for my season.
Love
This unit gave me so many wins with no other unit in the game would be able to.
Okay.
And she was so much of a force ban in a lot of other matches. And I even lost to her. Like some of other higher players started to play her as well. And I lost to a similar build to mine. And this unit's just insane.
Yeah.
She has a problem though. She's very stat hungry.
Sure.
So you need good gear on it. It's the reality.
So Elv, the 271 speed, because a lot of people like it's almost a different unit when you go slow in lifesteal, right? But for you like the very fast, enough bulk. You have a little bit of damage, of course. Or I mean, that's kind of But
I have like some creatures on her, right?
Yeah.
So for the cheap damage, but okay. For most important thing about this unit, it's the ER. She needs that 120 plus ER. Ideally, you are at 130 plus ER.
Okay.
So you resist stun because stun is a 30 based effectiveness unit.
Sure.
So you really ideally 130 plus. That's the most important thing. Then if you have this fast build, she's first of all easier to draft because it's not an easy unit to draft. She has a lot of what we call hard counters.
Yeah.
So it's not the easiest unit to draft. 271 makes her easier to draft. I don't need to play with CR pushers so that she protects my teams from Huayong, so I can play in standard more easily. This build also enabled me to play her as a counter cleave when the cleavers would like to, because imagine they start the cleave, I go deliberate APOC, they don't want to cleave that anymore, so they start to move into more standard. I bust out this unit and they have suddenly Huayong can break through her, right? So she does what she was designed to do, which was to protect your team from Huayong and etc.
And he said one of the best geared unit on his account and one of the most important as well. Love it, love it.
It is this unit and then Aria, then Stene as my best geared units.
Got it. All right, next up, Watcher Shuri.
This unit was insane. For if you want to ever, this season was the season of the speed imprints because of the weaver changes. We have a lot more contesters. So units like Watcher Shuri became really strong. Is a speed imprint that can one shot a Ravi with attack buff and push your team. So this unit was really good this season. All seasons, but especially this season.
Especially this season, yeah.
A lot of drafts would even imprint your Emilia to guarantee you outspeed a Kize or a Fire Kawaric, right? So this unit was really good. And again, boosted by Emilia, right? I one-shot something, sachets, and you're cleaved.
True, yeah.
By Emilia
Watcher Shuri. Okay.
Yeah.
Elv, Huayong up next. Did you pre-ban her or were you leaving her open?
I was leaving her open. There's too many powerful units out there to pre-ban. So, like, I see Lilias and Rand for me are better than her. So it's hard to have a spot to pre-ban her. Yeah. So that's why I played so much Stene, right? So if I'm not pre-banning Huayong, if I don't take her, this means I need my DPS to hide. Otherwise, my DPS gets one-shotted, so that's why I invested a lot into learning how to play Stene. Yeah. And this unit's busted. This unit's one of the best units in the game, and one-shots everything, not fun.
Talk to us
I like my build.
Yeah, talk to us about the build. You actually opted for, first off, it's a very, very good build. Very fast, still 7,200 attack almost, but you actually have a lot of bulk still. You like having some tanky stats on her?
I think it's important, right? It's important for you don't always play aggro with her. Sometimes you play her as a solo carry. Yeah. So it's important for her to survive. Also, defense gets insane value with her passive barrier, right? So having that defense is always nice. And then I always on these fast DPSs that I know that can one-shot if they have attack buff. I like to shoot for 240 speed. My Kawaric's 250 speed. My Mediator, that means the attack buffs them, and then I go for the one-shot. So I always enjoy this, like Opsig, right? That I know if they give them if I give them attack buff, they will kill. So I like being at 240 because my Mediator is 250, which is my slowest attack buffer, let's say.
That's the slowest. Sounds good. Okay, let's keep you going down. Kayron. Elv, any player? This is a MLM unit. Scan.
Not that much of a scan, actually. This was actually not that bad this season. Still bad. Don't get me wrong, but there was some drafts that he was okay. Like the Huayong Rimuru drafts. When you open drafts Huayong Rimuru, is someone that cannot be one-shotted, right? You will have a second life. So that's why the attack boot build. He was okay. I drafted him 1 or 2 times, and he did well. Not much to say about him. He's on revenge because of his sick neck, right? Someone has to use his neck, and Kayron's perfect for it.
Sorry, just clarifying for the chat, guys. It's not Merciless Gun. That was Uberi's tooth. I should have.
Yeah, Uberi's tooth. Yeah.
They were just texting. Okay. So Kayron, we talked about that. Remnant Violet. An interesting one too, Elv. Some people dropped him, some people liked him, but I think he kind of his stocks went down a little bit near the end, right?
I dislike playing these units like Landy, but just sometimes RNG, too. Yeah. I like to draft him in a way where he one-shots a unit, and then if he survives beyond that, I'm happy. If not, okay, at least he already did his job.
He traded, sure.
I drafted him once last day, literally once, and he actually won. And he one-shotted Angel of Light. That's what I wanted.
Okay, sounds good. You brought him into AOL. Wow. Okay.
It was a weird draft, but I boosted him by.
You knew you could get the speed.
Yeah, I knew I could boost him.
All right.
And it did his job.
Triple S, of course. Next up, Acid. Violet Talisman. Wait, Elv, that's interesting. Talk to us about the build.
I used to run him faster and does less crit chance. 85 crit chance, so I used him with Manica. Used to be my fastest speed DPS unit.
Sure.
For contesting, actually, fastest unit. It was 307. But then when a lot of his gear went into Ran and Pavel, so I slowed him down. And Violet Talisman, if you have the crit chance, is the best artifact for Acid by far. Yeah, he was really insane this season, and he didn't even need him at 300. 290 was enough because of all the
RNG.
At the beginning, a lot of people were on the train with Kize and Goeric, right?
Yeah.
And if you have him at 290, it's enough to. They have to ban it, right?
Yeah,
sure. If
you're
you're faster, you can bring into more things, though.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
The Violet Talisman being the best in slot, is that because we're not really valuing the first turn? We want to make sure his next few turns are of value? Is that why we run this?
Yes, so he can survive beyond his first turn better. Yeah. And I once ran the calculation. One stack of Violet Talisman is more damage than Portrait.
Oh, so, one stack is already more than Portrait? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
So it's just the best in slot for him. It's a damage artifact and a survivability.
Yeah, I like that. I wish I had a plus 31. Okay. Yeah. Zahak, this one, Elv. A lot of people after his most recent EE change, he became the real deal. Did you use him at all?
Yes. This unit was surprisingly good for me. He had a really high win. But I literally only drafted him in one scenario.
Okay.
When I took Sililius and my opponent went the Pilius Lionheart draft. Yeah. He basically makes Lionheart useless for 2 or 3 turns, and which gives me enough time to kill the rest of the team before Lionheart is useful. Also, a lot of times against Ruel and Lionheart solo carry, I would just slam S3, Ruel revives, and she's still useless.
Oh,
because
true.
The fighting spirit. Yeah. But other than that, I only literally picked him for Lionheart.
But she came up a lot, right? Lionheart, at least in some parts of the season, she came up a lot.
Yeah.
So the stat line of this is what you like. Some people preferred some bulk, but you were okay just going mostly all damage?
Yeah, I was okay with mostly going all damage. Honestly, I feel like any of his builds works because again, his job is to make Lionheart useless. But I like to kill things, so I just went for the potential one-shot, get the merciless gluten boost, and go from there.
I love it. I think they did a great job with the EE, right, Elf? Because Zahak before that was kind of hard to use unless you really liked him, and now he has a spot in even the highest levels of play. So they did a good job with that.
Yeah, I think it was a smart, one of their best EEs they gave to a unit.
Agreed.
To make him viable in some scenarios, yeah.
Now, speaking of viable, Elf, this guy right here. And he,
who? I tried to make him work.
Yeah. So this is just world boss gear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elf, just quick thoughts. Try to make it work, but just bad or what?
Just bad. I didn't. If you look, I even imprinted Eula, and this guy didn't even bother trying to imprint.
We'll see Eula soon. Okay.
Yeah, I tried to fast build on him. I tried the Bruiser fast build on him, and neither worked. He's lacking some things.
Okay.
Maybe an EE will fix him.
I was about to say that.
What he did.
Maybe they'll do like a Zahak style EE form, and he'll have a spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but for now, is literally useless.
Okay. Well, also this Elv, you might say the same thing about this unit.
Yes.
Top model Luluka. How is she?
Yeah, not good.
Not good.
I tried to use her a bit at the beginning, but I immediately gave up. This unit needs something as well. She doesn't do enough damage. She's not fast enough. So there's better fast speed units out there. She's just a bit outdated. Extinction doesn't have that much value nowadays, either way. So kind of outdated unit.
She's probably gonna be buffed pretty soon. One of the last few ML5s, I think. Okay.
Hopefully, because she's one of my favorite units.
Yeah. Oh, looks wise. Oh, I didn't ask that, Elva. I guess we'll take a quick pause. What's your favorite unit and then favorite waifu?
Okay, favorite unit, probably top model Luluka. Favorite waifu, Briar Witch's Aria.
Briar Witch. Top model Luluka, Briar Witch. Got it. Noted.
Oh, okay. And Strays. Strays is also
Strays
one
is
of my
there
favorites.
Too. Okay.
Yeah.
They're all edgy. They're all very yeah. I like that. Milim, Elv. So this is kind of maybe where you would. She became the top model Luluka replacement if you ever needed like extinction or okay. Talk to us about the build.
Okay, she's anti-Landy. Obviously, this unit actually huge last day. Everyone was playing Landy on the last 2-3 days. Literally everyone was playing Landy out of nowhere. This build is kind of bad, not gonna lie. It's outdated build, and I didn't have enough gear to change her the way I wanted her. If you guys want a good Milim nowadays, it's on book 260 speed.
260 speed, just speed set 260 speed, and
and book, and you go for the one shot.
I'm sad to hear that. I like builds like this. You think this is not the optimal build though? This kind of slower.
No. Yeah. This only worked against other solar players, or only worked if I had Milim. Like it's. Emilia, I'm sorry.
Speed boost, if you have a speed boost for it. That makes sense.
Because this is not even fast enough to boost it by the end. You know what I mean? So this build was not very good. This build soloed people, though, which has some value, but...
But you think just going faster is going to be more optimal. Okay, makes sense, guys. All right. Next up is Closer Charles, and I'm assuming Elv, the aggro player, the aggro god. Did he see a lot of play this season?
No, my Closer Charles not good enough to see play. This is not good enough. Yeah, I didn't have enough fast gear to make him work. I also think he's not that good. He's good, but not that good. You can combo drafts with him though very well, but you need him faster to do that. Like mine was not fast enough.
But Elv, you could have maybe taken gear from your other speed units. No, you think those were
like
better?
Who? Yeah, like who? I think Pavel's better. I think Rand's better. I think.
Yeah, it'd be mostly relevant, but you like the Premier's gear on them over Charles.
Yeah. This is like the best I could do after gearing. I felt more important units.
Interesting.
I think Closer Charles, though, if you like draft purely around him, he's a decent unit and good unit. But again, you have to like do combo drafts with him. You know? Abuse his passive, abuse the fact your opponent's slow, etc. But I feel like Angel of Light must ban, Elena must ban, Assassin Seed must ban, Ran must ban, Pavel must ban, right? There's so many things that counter the Closer Charles, I feel like.
Makes sense. Great review. Okay. Next up, Shuri. You said this is the age of speed imprints. This is just another speed imprinter, correct?
Just another speed imprinter.
Okay. I'll just show the people the stats real fast. But how often would you say you used Shuri? Was he like a second, third string speed imprint?
My go-to imprinters were
Watcher.
But if my opponent took at least one of them, Shuri would come next.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. All right, next up, Sage Ball, 30 crown, 243 speed, and 200 ER.
Yeah, Anti-cleave unit, Anti-sea lilies unit. If you have him ER build, I think it's the best. You need him fast, you need him tanky. Not the easiest to gear, I'll be honest. I think mine's not that good, honestly.
I'm surprised, Elv, you go for crown instead of like doubling down for more resist or maybe a proof to survive certain things.
My proof is on a Ravi, and I don't have my second proof maxed.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I never like to play double proof because I don't know when I want to bring two units together, you know. But I would say this build needs proof, to be honest.
That's what I say. Okay, but it's just because he doesn't have another one, and he doesn't like to have two because he might need them together, and it just loses value. All right. Solitaria. This one got a lot of talk, Elv. Some people call her the most toxic. What do you think about Solitaria?
I think this is the most toxic unit in the game. There's nothing close to this. There's nothing. I mean, if you don't have a cleanser, you're dead to this unit.
Okay. So you like crown. There's a lot of options for it, but for you, you like the 230 crowns, by the way, guys. Triple S imprint. He is the bonus effectiveness. How often did she come out of? Just talk to us a little bit about how she worked for you in particular.
Honestly, she felt like for me one of the most overrated units of this. I didn't use her that much. And when people try to use her against me, I usually would do well. But that's because my drafts usually involve outspeeding or having like cleanses all the time. So like the Coeric, etc. Or outspeed with my Amelia and then one-shot her, things like that. So I didn't. A lot of people tried to use her against me, but I didn't lose that much. But if drafted well, these units just nonsense.
Yeah,
This unit's nonsense.
I think it goes like what you said earlier. You'd rather fight her because you have a good matchup, so you want your opponent to pick her. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, most toxic, but for Elv, didn't use her too much. He would rather fight her. All right, speaking of toxic though, AOL up next, Elv. She go ahead.
Is still probably probably still the third best unit of the season. Unfortunately, she hasn't gone away.
Yeah.
I started the season with the 280 plus speed build with 250 effectiveness. And then I tried this build and I fell in love with this build. Although I missed my fast build, but I kind of fell in love with this build.
So the older you said, what was the older build? 250 and more effectiveness, correct?
280 plus speed.
Oh my god,
yeah. And then I think it was like 230 effectiveness. Like a fast opener build.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah, but then this build, all I can tell you about this build is I'm tanky enough to survive most things that want to kill her immediately. Yeah. I am fast enough to outspeed most things I need to outspeed, and I'm slow enough to go under the mediator cover.
That's the big thing, right? Going after the core, so you hold them hostage, and then you have enough effect resist to stop random provokes or things like that, and then enough effectiveness. 141, I feel like is good enough. Okay, yeah, makes sense. That's his new build, guys. Take some notes.
Honestly, I want to build a second one to go back to the fast opener one, but I like this build. You could also go slower and tankier. It was also very good, but I kind of liked it.
This is where you liked it. Okay.
Yeah.
They're commenting on when you said you fell in love with AOL.
I said I fell in love with the build.
The build, chat. The build. Behave yourselves, guys. The build. All right. Next up, Circus Fantasia, Elv. We really wanted to all in on the effectiveness.
Yes, this is the best unit in the game.
Oh my god, this stat line.
This is the dumbest unit in the game, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave her my fastest speed gear. She has my fastest speed set, and I love Circus Fantasia on her because with Circus Fantasia I have 155 effectiveness, means I'll provoke your DN, I'll provoke your Emilia, I'll provoke your Yar Solitaria, I'll provoke your Degen Politis, I'll provoke your Degen Angel of Light, I'll provoke everything, right? And I will provoke everything, and I'll outspeed everything, and I'm tanky enough. So,
I was going to say that. Yeah. So, guys, not only is he mega fast, 305 is very fast for Silly. It's 25 speed weapon, by the way. He has enough effectiveness on top of the Circus Fantasia. He's going to be at 150, correct, El? 155?
Yeah.
At the first turn, he's going to provoke whatever he wants. And, boys, he has enough bulk. Like, this is a lot of bulk, too. This is, I think, the best Silius I've seen. I'm sure someone out there has maybe one slightly better, but this is one of the best by far. Yeah, everything he wants. Perfect Silius.
She has my fastest gear.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Elv, quick thought. Have you thought? Do you want the 50 from here instead of maybe Champ Trophy, so you can get some extra stuns and use a little bit of effectiveness?
I gave that a lot of thought.
Yeah.
But I also thought that if I don't provoke at the end, I lose. Rather than if I stun a random unit, I might win because.
Yeah. So
I just wait for the. Yeah.
We kind of get that from your count. You really value that first turn, the momentum you get from either damage or through the provoke. Okay.
Yeah.
So
like
go ahead.
Provoking I did this so many times, right? Stene, and then I go S3, Soulborn S2 onto a DN, and there's no more DN for the rest of the game.
No more DN, boys. All right.
Yeah. Like, that's too much value to pass on.
I agree. Fairy Tale. Elf fell off.
Fell off.
Dude, we don't even need to talk about her?
No, didn't use her at all.
Do you think she needs buffs?
That's
scary, right? That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's very scary. Like, how you buff this unit?
True.
Like, she still has one of the best S3s in the game, right? If you really think about it. It's AoE stun, let's say, with the strip. Like, it's hard to buff this unit. Okay. She fell off like Warwick, Angel of Light, FCC, etc.
Well, hopefully she'll find a way back in, because I agree. It'd be very hard to buff this unit and not make it super enough so she's not overpowered, but make her play more.
I'll say it like this: like, she's still worth having gear, but like the gear she needs, it's way too good for. No one has another fast debuffer set laying around to be on her, right? Because she deserves that, but like, I don't have another fast debuffer gear to put on her. I would if I, because she's still okay last week.
Right? Makes sense. All right. Now another one. Elv, is this one okay or is this full? I see an 85 chest. This is a world boss unit.
No. Well, yeah.
Can you give the people your quick take on Specimen Says? What does he need? Why is he not good? Why don't you like him?
You know, it's just a classic. Gets one-shotted by Rimmer. Kaveric stops him from doing his stun mechanic. Yeah, it's the classics of a bruiser DPS that's not these beasts.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Speaking of Rimu one-shotting him, here we go. Here's the build, Elv. Did he, you weren't pre-banning this guy. Did you use him a lot?
No.
Did you fight him a lot?
Yeah, obviously. I fought him a lot. I use him sometimes. I think this unit's a bit overrated.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I think he's really good, but I don't think he's that.
He's been losing
you know
some value compared to before.
Yeah.
When he first came out, though, I think he was super overpowered. But now,
it completely changed the game. He completely modified how the game is played. Right? You have to be careful every time when you gear a unit. When you look at the kit, his first thing: does he survive Rimuru?
Yeah.
There's buffs for Rimuru to steal. Right? You always think about Rimuru when you gear a unit. But you can play around him.
Mm-hmm.
I like this build a lot. I played him as a one-shotter. I steal your buffs, I one-shot the unit, then I don't care if he survives or not. After that, he used to be squishier, more damage until on the second last day of the season, Jinte's Green Seed one-shotted my Rimuru without attack buff and without soulburn, and I was wearing Draco, and I was like, okay, this cannot happen, right? Like, I need slightly more. So I gave him 1,000 more HP, 100 more defense, and lost a little bit of damage.
So it's the typical 2-2-2 build, and if anyone's watching YouTube, it's, you know, pen set, crit set, immunity, and enough stats, just all-rounder. He made a little bit more bulk, but Elv, let's say you're not fighting the Jinte level players. Would you recommend players to go a little bit more attack and a little bit less defense health, or a little more attack crit damage? Or it doesn't matter?
I think you have to feel where you like your Rimuru. I like my Rimuru when he one-shots a unit. If my Rimuru one-shots a unit, I'm happy. So that's how I built him. How I chose to build mine.
Okay, makes sense. Vivian, we can skip Banshee.
Yeah.
All right, Carrot. Any play?
Like once or twice, but I don't like my build. It's just like, oh, I don't know what to pick. I know I need a fire unit.
Yeah,
okay,
I think most people ran after I like the 30
Erbio's not even that good.
Okay. All right, we'll just go through that quickly then. Very rare, but still usable. Still needs gear on her, right, Elv? We still want to have her on gear. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
How about Holiday Euphine?
As good as a Bazaar, easy the meta. So she was not very good. Never used her. Just holding gear. I
feel like Bazaar was almost trying to make a comeback a little bit at one point.
I use Bazaar. I use Bazaar a lot.
So that's why you still want to have her on gear. If he ever pops up more, she's just the Bazaar counter right now, right?
Yeah, and also this unit cannot kill a Ravi. This unit cannot kill Huayong.
Yeah, that's the
one of the two requirements to be playable as a bruiser.
Oh, so, gotta kill Huayong, gotta kill Ravi as a bruiser. For Elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or have to be able to somehow 1v1 them, etc.
Yeah.
Being able to stand the ground with her. Otherwise, if not, you're just gonna give turns and heal the Ravi, or you're just gonna watch Huayong kick one of your teammates one by one until you know.
No, that makes sense.
So,
I agree. All right. Shu up next, Elf. She just got some buffs.
Okay, this unit.
Yeah.
I was very surprised with this unit. This unit popped off more than I expected. Still not a unit you play every game, obviously, right? Landy, Rimuru, AOL are still an issue. But I geared her and I plus 15 her 2 days before the end, and I don't regret it. She is actually better than I thought she was going to be. She still needs some tweaks on her build, though. Like, I want to shoot for 210 plus speed. I want to shoot for like 25k HP, which means I'll probably have to sacrifice some crit damage for that. Also, Draco Plate is really good, but I don't think it's the best for her. I think something like Snow Crystal, maybe Huge Little Queen's Huge Little Crown, is probably better than Draco.
Because we want to fight like Huayongs and things like that?
Yeah, you're mostly going to bring into Huayong, so Snow Crystal because it's good synergy with her anti-crit, and like Draco Plate is anti-synergy with her anti-crit, right?
Yeah, that makes sense because of the crit damage suffered. True. Yeah. But overall, you're very, very happy with the buffs, and you think she's good.
I think she's like usable.
I like it. All right. I'm excited to hear your Alencia thoughts too. Are we gonna see one in the roster later?
No.
No Alencia?
I didn't have.
Okay.
No, I
then,
didn't have the catalyst.
Can you give your thoughts right now then on the Shu Alencia? How does
Okay, I
Alencia
think
stack up?
Shu is better than Alencia.
Yeah.
I think Alencia is still not that good. She was okay versus Landy though, which gives her some value.
Yeah.
The Alencia, but I still think she's a little bit weak.
Okay. Interesting. Alencia is one, guys. I think Elf. Some people are very excited to see how she pans out, or thinking she's gonna be OP. But you actually think she's not good enough yet, or not quite as good as like the Shu buffs.
Not as good as the Shu buffs, but she's at least Alesia is on a playable level now. Okay. I'll be honest.
Sure.
Because again, against Landy and some other drafts, she's good. She's also good versus the end drafts, right? Because she goes for the strip. I had an Alesia that stripped my. I had the Emilia, right, which both are 100 plus ER. And Alesia just stripped my anti-crit for my entire team, and I lost. So
yeah, okay. All right, T Crow's up next, Elf. This is when people try to cleave you.
This is the best knight in the game because everybody tries to cleave, and this is by far the best anti-cleave knight.
Okay, so the stat line is very high health, good bulk, 216 speed. Is that where you like it?
Yeah, 210 plus speed.
210 plus, and then is the 130 ER important, or is 100 okay?
You want to be 130. You really want to be like 130 plus to 150, either as base effectiveness and as effectiveness imprint. And this guy needs to resist either. If he doesn't resist either, you're dead.
Because you mentioned earlier we wanted 130 or something for the Stenny resist, correct?
Yeah.
Now this one is for Ida. The 130 for the Ida. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, those are the small things you need to pick up from Elv. When he mentions the specific stat lines, it's for to counter certain units. This time it's for the Ida. All right.
Yeah. And like I think last week of the season, I was throughout this very cleave. Like I was free cleave for my opponents, and then starting like last 2 weeks of the season, I stopped losing against cleavers. I finally understood. I was able to use Ryan and finally click.
Yeah.
And I stopped losing versus cleave. Literally, cleave was 3 points for me.
Because you were contesting, or because of Crozet?
No, I was doing APOC into Designer Dilibet into Troublemaker Crozet into Flex my last 2 picks.
Okay.
But these three, the APOC, Dilibet plus T Crozet, were so good versus Cleave.
The Ministers of Defense.
Good.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good. Next up is Flurry Elf.
Actually used this season.
You did use her?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys, I think everyone who played RTA throughout the season remembers when DN plus AOS drafts were all over the place, right?
Yep.
And I built her for those drafts, and she was really good. It's like the Zahak. Zahak only used him into line art. Flurry, I only used her into DN plus AOL drafts, where they usually go only one DPS, which usually is not hide. And you just bring out the Flurry. Flurry doesn't, even if she gets outsped, she will just lap around her silence, provoke, defense break the 1 DPS, you kill it, game's over.
Okay.
Strip the anti-crit. She was only literally for those drafts.
Just for the AWOL DN drafts.
Literally only those.
All right. I do like the styling though. And then we have Aureus just because she might, know what else are you gonna run, and it also gives some mitigation. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good. Oh hell yeah.
Biology just drew sub for 16 months.
All right. Elf Crow. This guy, he was dead for a while and he's back, right?
I didn't play Crow. I'll be honest.
Your stat line is very good though.
I gave him good gear, but my over 2,000 games, I played him like 3 times maybe.
Yeah. The main thing I saw him used for was like anti-Lionheart, right? Because she'll feed him the stuff. But you had Zahak for that or other answers, so you didn't really use him, and you like Roz better.
Okay. I think he was okay this season. Lionheart, some Hwayong drafts, right? He cannot be kicked to death by her. But I just had other plans. I always had another unit to use over Crow.
Yeah. All right. Man, I wish I had that gear though. All right, Elf. Ameru. Okay. Shadow. Go ahead. Take the floor.
This build is a bit of a scam. I gave her.
What is this? Yeah. 91 effectiveness.
Yeah, that's it. I gave him 91 effectiveness again for the Angel of Light plus the end drafts because she was one of the few DPSs where you could use against those drafts.
Yeah, we don't care.
I was like,
go ahead.
I was like, they always pair with Bellina. Most of the times, I was like, God damn it, I have to proc AOL first, and then I can finally land a seal. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna give her effectiveness. I'm gonna seal the AOL immediately.
Okay.
Without Silver.
So you said it's a little bit of a scam because you made it for a specific purpose, whereas if people just want to run a regular Archdemon Shadow, this is not the build we recommend, right?
No.
But for you, did that work out, the sealing the AOL so that she doesn't proc her passive?
Yeah, it ended up working out, but I was never much of a Demon Shadow player, although I think this unit was really good with the Raz buffs. And a lot of people were using her. Still one of the best hyper carries in the game.
I agree.
Just
not your style.
Not my favorite unit to use.
That makes sense. She's a little bit slower, and you're a very, very fast, aggressive player.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this?
I tried to use him for fun, but
yeah,
just holding gear now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's skip. Lulika, also world boss or Wyvern. What is this? Expedition.
Yeah, expedition.
Expedition. Got it. Here we go. This one definitely though. Elv got some play. Correct. This is what you used for anti-cleave. Is that mainly when you used her? Was it when your opponent would be showing cleave?
No, I would use her every time the draft went to. Like imagine. First pick, I pick Sililius, my opponent picks whatever, I'll pick a Ravi.
Okay.
If a Ravi is available.
Oh my god, 50%.
I sometimes picked her as a first pick even if I wanted to do the run cleave, because I think run Apoc still the scariest run cleave type of run cleave. This unit saw a lot of play, obviously, like probably I would dare say this was my most picked unit throughout the season.
Hey Ravi, she's just so like versatile, right? Like she's almost never a bad pick. Sometimes she may not shine as much as other drafts, but like it was never bad. Your build too, Elv, it's very like standard, but all the stats are high, right? It's very good gear.
Yeah, she's very good gear, but she's not that good, honestly. There's much better Iravis out there. I wish I was like 9 speed slower with 1000 more HP. When I can do that, I'll be happy with my Iravi.
So Elv,
my health is low.
You said 190, drop like 9 speed, and then go for 26,000 health, correct?
Yeah, 26 plus, yeah.
A little bit bulkier, okay.
My crit damage, I love it, but my health, I really think I'm 1,000 health too short. On
1,000 health too short, got it, okay.
Yeah, on a Ravi.
All right, next up is
Oh, by the way, this is also another discussion on a Ravi.
Sure.
I think Proof of Valor is by far her best artifact. Makes her survive a Huayong attack buff kick, and just the value of that makes Proof of Valor her best artifact.
Yes, I think when we pre-ban Hua, I think a lot of players though, Elv, when you're not depending on how scared of her you are, when we pre-ban her, then there are a lot more artifacts open up, right?
Yeah. If you pre-ban Huayong, then even Draco Plate, right?
Yeah, I like Draco.
Crimson Sea, those two become options. Like Proof is just because of Huayong. Otherwise, I was using before Huayong came out. I was using Draco Plate.
Okay,
but
makes sense.
I needed a way to survive her, and Proof
so this is the Proof unit. All right.
Yeah.
Pillis, anything about the Pillis, Elv? Did you even draft her?
I think Pillis was the most overrated unit of the season. Like
overrated.
Yeah. Like my build's good. I think my Pillis is good. But
it's counter very healthy, yeah.
Level 75 neck, by the way. I tried to use her. I used her mid-season to fight Sililius, but I came to the conclusion that I still lose to Sililius. So I'll just pre-ban Sililius if I don't have first pick.
Sililius was your pre-ban. Elv, I do think though the effect resist is a little low for Bringer versus Sililius, no? Because we want to be... I mean, if it's a Sililius like yours, nothing's stopping that, but... Yeah. I guess at your level, it didn't matter too much. You couldn't reach enough,
Exactly. Like, the good Sililius will have my effectiveness or 100 plus, right? And... I'll be honest as well, like usually there's better targets to provoke when you do the Phillies matchup into Sililius. They usually want to push back other things, usually, not always. But this is the stats I could reach while going counter. Like she has a level 75 neck, means I gave her not the best gear, right?
Sure, makes sense. Okay.
The best I could, but yeah.
Elf said most overrated for him. Most overrated of the season. I
think it was Shadow Knight Phillies and Lionheart Army were the overrated.
Okay. SBA, anything we need to talk about?
Not really. Wish I tested her more though, but no, I didn't play.
Didn't get to play her too much. Okay. Corvus, same thing. World Guild Wars, random.
Nah, RTA gear, but I didn't play them.
Okay, this is RTA geared though. Interesting.
Yeah. I like used him once and all, but nah.
Not really used. Okay.
Yeah, it's not good.
How about this one, Elf? Faithless Litica.
Nope, not used.
Not used.
Unfortunately, this unit has too many hard counters. The Soul Weavers are faster than the openers are faster than her. Yeah.
Now, Elf, I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked earlier. Does she need buffs?
How do you buff this unit?
Yeah, that's the
without
problem with
making
some of these
her
last ones.
broken, right? Like, because I don't know if you guys played season 1 and 2. This unit was busted because there was no answer for her.
She got a buff too in season 1 and 2 that made her really strong.
If you think about it, she strips, she pushes your team, she resets one unit, she gives skill nullifier to your team.
Yeah.
Like all this in one turn 1. This is like a run level type of things that you can do turn 1. What's stopping her from doing that is her base speed, is units like Elena, G-Perk, the other openers being fast, etc. But like if suddenly she can do all this again, I don't know.
Too strong. I think she needs a rework then or something else because it feels bad.
Yeah.
Like you said, she has so many hard counters. No one is really able to use her unless you love her. She needs something, but we'll see. That's on Smilegate. Hopefully they can come up with something, guys.
True.
All right. Elf, this one you said, I think you fought him a lot, but you used him too, correct?
Okay, not much. This was before I started cleaving. This was my go speed imprint for my assassin seed. I would do double seed a lot when I wanted to contest.
Yeah.
I didn't use him much last days because I was not confident on him.
Okay.
This is not confident on the stats for the people who I'm facing.
Yeah.
But the other high-level players that could make him 300 plus speed were using him non-stop. And like I told you, I think Jinte's Green Seed was beyond 305 speed.
Yeah.
And without attack buff and without soul burn, it one-shotted my Draco Plate Rimro. So.
yeah, okay. So, very good unit.
Yeah, very good. But I think this is whale units in the game.
Okay. Next up is Tempest Surin, Elf.
No, didn't use her.
I have heard some players are picking her up for anti-cleave options, whereas like there's another unit where we haven't seen her in a while, but maybe she has some spots coming up here and there. But for you, not really any play, right?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
Sure. Bologna, PvE, skip.
Yeah.
Anything from Fapton, Pirate Captain Flan?
I lost to one last day of the.
Really?
Yeah, like very niche unit. She's fun, mega niche. And she works all right versus some DN drafts because she doesn't crit and all, so anti-crit doesn't work. But definitely usable, but not good. You know, it's on that brink of bad unit and usable unit.
Okay, makes sense. All right, now this one though, this is one you used a ton, right? Especially in anti-cleave. All right, talk to us about the Dilibet.
She's like, I think she's my third best geared unit after Aria and Spectre Tenebria. You know, you just reverse cleave the cleaver.
Reverse cleave the cleaver, yeah.
They proc her defense buff and you one-shot their entire team. Right, this unit was really strong.
Guys.
I drafted. She was also good into some Silius drafts, not all. And Ran. You see Ran, you pick Dilibet and Apoc.
Can you elaborate a little bit? So when outside of the cleave, right? When it was Silius and a little more standard, when would you bust her out?
I only use her versus Ran, but some people did use her versus me when I was using Silius.
But for you,
sometimes if you don't draft well, she can mess up your Silius draft. But usually she's only more of an anti-Ran or anti-mega debuffs, right? If they exaggerate on debuffs.
Yeah, sure. All right, so crit set, boys, and then just enough damage. We want the damage so that we kill, right? You said after the defense buff, and then the...
I used to run her on Draco Plate, but during... I did some scrims versus Lights team and some Korean teams before the CCI.
Yeah.
And my Draco Plate didn't kill Lights team, and I was like, by like 300 HP, everything survived with 300 HP, and I said, okay, I'm going for Portrait, and I'll just...
So this gave you enough damage.
Yeah, this will never happen again.
All right.
I'll kill.
Sounds good. Commander Leader, I think we can skip. Fallen Cecilia.
Yeah.
How was she still a premier pick for you, Elf? Sad face.
Yeah. She's still very good. I really love my build.
I mean, I would love a 32k HP FCC as well with 200, almost 230 speed.
Yeah, it's the speed and health. I really love my build. Now this unit is still insane. Just became more of a later pick in the draft instead of early pick. And I cannot be punished. I'll just pick FCC, and if I have to, I'll ban it. Opposite, no. Stop doing that, but she's still FCC. She still gives your entire team like 20k HP for free turn one. So still an amazing unit.
Still good. Slightly
really good at anti-aggro, right? So
okay.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Yeah, not even HP set. It's immunity too, man. Immunity as well, and still good speed. Okay. Fire Tenny, anything? Nothing, right, Elf? Skip PvE?
No, skip.
Okay, this one though, definitely. We got it. Oh, counter Kowarik. Wait.
Okay.
What is this?
Yeah. What?
This is interesting. This is not a build I thought you would be on.
Okay, I love this build.
Really?
But I'll be honest with you, this build was really bad this season.
Yeah, okay.
I don't recommend. Okay, the best Kowarik build is 29k plus HP, like 28, 29k. You have to survive some Wyong kicks. But me being counter set with this speed and the defense ring, I had to sacrifice that. This was my last 2 seasons build. I used to love it, but then Wyong came out and this build became really bad. I'm gonna change it for the World Championship for a speed set build with much higher HP. Because 28, 29k Kowarik is way different than this type of Kowarik.
Sure. But can you talk to us why do you like the counter in particular with this build? Is it just so he gets a lot of random CR?
Yeah, you get a lot of random CR. There's so many. For example, take an example of the shot, because it used to be really good a few seasons ago.
Oh, sorry, you cut out a little bit there. You said for Little Queen Charlotte, is that what you said?
No, I said think about Closer Charles. Like he was really good a few seasons ago. A Closer Charles S3s, Kowarik counters. I'll take the turn. So that was really funny. I think it was good. Also, Kowarik is the type of unit that doesn't need stats other than speed and bulk. So why not go counter since his S1 has some value? But yeah, for this season, this build was really bad. You really wanted your Kowarik being 29k HP plus.
And that's what you're going to shoot for moving into WC. All right, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Judge Kisei Elf. Doesn't look like we got an Underforged Helm. Not much used by you.
No, underrated, overrated unit.
Overrated.
Soul Weavers are faster than her. The Stan Apoc don't care about the reset. Maybe when the Soul Weaver change goes away, she'll be better. Because she used to be like 280 something speed.
Yeah, I think
overrated.
Elf, right as the season started, remember we didn't have the Soul Weaver buff, and a lot of, especially the Japanese players, had very fast Judge Kisei. But then you're saying the Soul Weaver change is what made her not as good now. Okay.
Yeah,
that's a lot of units actually, guys. The Soul Weaver change made a lot of units kind of Kisei, Judge Kisei, Fire Kowarik, a lot less.
The Emilia and the Diane dominated the mid-high tier speed unit.
Okay.
Like they are just faster than all those units.
Next up is Destina. She has your Bastion.
And she has a level 70 neck.
She has the scarf, boys. We got the scarf on her. So
it's a Pentaroll scarf. It's a Pentaroll speed scarf.
Oh, that's Pentaroll speed, he says. All right.
Dude, I love this unit. Performed so well. I used her so much. Maybe more than I should, but I really think this unit's good. With the patch next week, she's here to stay. She's no longer just a this season unit.
She's gaining speed.
Yeah, she's gaining speed, which means I'll slow her. I'll lose some speed and gain more bulk or more ER.
Elf, can you tell the players they might be looking with a 75 scarf? They're like the stats are kind of low, but if they never built the Destina, you have a lot of speed on her. It's hard to get speed, right?
Yeah, it's hard. She's a 89 base speed, about to be 100 base speed next week, but for now it's 89. But yeah, with her buffs and changes that they gave her, I think this unit's pretty good. She's a really solid Angel of Light counter. She has one flaw though. If you want to use her versus Angel of Light, either Wyong pre-ban or pick Wyong yourself. Yeah. As per most green units in the game, unfortunately. But other than that, I think this unit was really nice. I played her a lot this season. Actually.
Yeah, they did a great job on her buffs, and she's gonna get better. She's gonna get even better.
Yeah. Like my favorite draft was Emilia Destina plus 3 DPSs, because they usually, like, if I drafted well, they had to ban like my last pick, which would be a DPS like Millium that could destroy their Landy, and then I would have every other turn 100 CR push.
Yeah, double CR push, boys. That's why you liked her at the speed, right? That's why you wanted her a little bit. Okay, makes sense.
And another thing, she has to cleanse my Wyong and my
And what was the second one? Operator cigarette?
Yeah, because these are my fastest DPS standard units.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Which is 240 speed. So I always shoot for my supporters and cleansers to be 250 because these two units are 240.
Yeah, and with of course, with the Soul Weaver buff, the Frenzy buff. Yeah, that's right on point. Okay.
Yeah.
Elv, you said you use this unit, right? Bazaar?
Yes. And he's decently fast. Like, Landy was all over the place last few days. So Bazaar caught a lot of people off guard because everybody thought Bazaar, no one was had the Bazaar built, or thought that I had a slow Bazaar, but I had a fast Bazaar. So against Landy, because Landy was all over the place last season, last days.
Very, very good against Landy. Okay.
Yeah.
Lilius, nothing to talk about?
No, this is still the same build as last season. I haven't touched her build and I haven't.
She doesn't get any play this season. Yeah, not
good.
Okay.
Not good enough.
And Ervalen, nothing else? He does look like his gear on, but no? Okay.
No. Just recommended gear.
recommended gear. All right, this one, though, definitely got used. Broken set. Elv, I think, how often did you use DN?
As often as my opponents allowed. Okay. Like that, right? Because I usually don't first pick her. Sometimes I did, but usually I don't. Then I first pick something else. If they didn't draft the end, I would be drafting the end.
So you value her over Amelia?
I valued her over Amelia, yes, ever since the E. Because mine's 302 speed, right?
302 speed on Broken. That's crazy. And enough ER, right? Still to stop a few things. And then decent bulk. At 300 speed, that's very, very good.
Like being at 300 speed just means you go over the opponent's Amelia, you outspeed some Celilias. She combos really well with Ida. So yeah, this unit, I'll be honest, I hated the buffs. I hate the end. She's one of the most unfun units of the game. It's just literally, you get mad if Anti-cleave doesn't work, your opponent get mad if it works. Like one of the persons is always mad. Either be the one who's using her or the one who's playing against her.
Yeah, true. Someone's mad. All right. Elv, after the changes, do you think she's still going to be as good as she is now? She's losing just only a little bit of speed.
She's losing 5 to 6 speed, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you think that affects it at all?
That's quite a bit, yes, because suddenly Pavel's outspeed her again. Okay. Suddenly Acid's outspeed her again. So I still think she's going to be played a lot. But she will have slightly more, she'll have slightly more counterplay. I like the fact they gave her a ER because it's because a lot of people cannot go high ER while maintaining speed, while maintaining both. And I like they gave her a ER.
Sounds good.
Also, that ring was ruled like a few days before
this 22 speed effect resist main?
Yeah.
My goodness, man. Equipment converted. All right, looks very good. Elv, the Ruel, probably not much play on your end, right?
I think this unit was not good this.
Yeah.
And this is like the first season. I didn't see Ruel everywhere last day. It was just Raz DN everywhere.
Usually in other seasons she comes out at the end a lot because of her
safety. A lot of people would play her during the last days, but
yeah, makes sense. Okay. Dizzy, anything, Elf?
No. Just Robin Greer.
Lilibet, same thing. CDOM? Oh, we were doing
CDOM
action?
Yeah, I did some CDOM. I did quite a bit. Every time I told you, I cleave like 30% of my games. So usually you want to bring CDOM. When I wanted to a breach for Pavel, Ran, Cleaves, and the book, still one of the best mages in the game.
Can you tell some of the YouTube viewers what bridge means?
So bridge is like, imagine your 310 run speeds, okay? You defense break, but then what, right? You need someone to help your other units to take the turn, and that's what we call the bridges. Units like Challenger, Dominion, Summertime is Aria, Ida, right? They both get CR pushed for free and push the rest of your team, so you can go first.
Sounds good. Okay. How about Inferno Kawazu? Anything?
I think this unit was okay. I don't like my build. I don't know what's the proper build. All I know for the proper build, you need more bulk on your Kawazu, but I think this unit was okay with the buff. Yeah.
After his E buff, right?
Okay. I think it was okay. Like really? There was some drafts where it would be really good, like the built-in drafts, etc.
Potential, but you didn't really get a build you like or test them enough, correct?
Yeah. And I started pre-banning Balian, which main matchups you him in. So.
Repeat that last part again, real fast, Elf.
I started when I finally geared my run Pavel. I banning Balian, so it's one of the main. Yeah, it's one of the main matches where you want to bring. So
cool, yeah, it makes sense.
Opportunity to draft him.
Okay. BBK on 30 basket. ER build, Elf.
Yeah, I didn't use her much. When I used her, people would also usually be too afraid and just ban her. I don't know if my build's good. I'll be honest. I don't even know if my build's good because I didn't have the opportunity to play her.
Chad, is this a good build? I mean, 200 ER is and still got enough attack quicker damage, I think. Is it look good, boys? Who has an ER BBK? But Elf, for you personally, she would either get banned or you said you just didn't like her as much?
Yeah, I like. I'll be honest. I don't think I have ever S3'd with.
Wait, you never got to S3 with her?
No. I usually either my opponent would have quit in the draft after seeing the first turn or get banned. So I never.
She never even got to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on a mission to get her on pen set, but I need to fix my ring until then.
The ring, yeah. We need to make this. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Violet, Elf.
Violet's Violet. I mean, I didn't use her. I didn't use him much. I didn't fight him much because this season he was not that good. Silius destroys him. Stan is everywhere. Hwayong's everywhere. Apoc can potentially 1v1. Like he's still he's still a villain though, right? He's still there to punish the heavy blue peekers, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. Yep. Agreed. LRK, anything? I feel like for some players he came out here and there.
Yeah, it's like this unit's not very good. I'll be honest.
Yeah, fair.
He's okay versus some Balian Archdemon drafts. But I don't know. I feel like he's missing something. He doesn't do enough.
Elf, did you pick him at all in your games or not? Never.
Yeah, I picked him a lot actually.
You did? Okay, so enough for you to pick, but he probably needs a little bit more to be like a great unit, right? Like
I lost with Elakral versus Archdemon and Balian. Like if Elakral doesn't win that matchup consistently, it means he's a bad unit because he was designed to punish those drafts, right?
Those AoE units, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What do you think? Oh, go ahead.
I played him mostly early season, then I stopped playing him.
Okay. Elv, what do you think about this skin?
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
I said that too. A lot of people hate on it, but it kind of grew on me. I don't mind it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I want to ask you something else, but we're not going to say it for YouTube. But what do you just make Chloe in general? Not really. Is it like Ruel, or is she maybe more usable than Ruel?
No, I think she's more usable than Ruel. But there were some players that like drafted her as their premier support, but I didn't use her much. Like gets one shotted by Hua, gets stolen by Rimuru, lets Landy go wild. It has a lot of counterplay. She's not a bad unit though. A fast attack buffer revive is also always nice, but not very good this season in my opinion.
Okay. Mort.
My Guild War defense hero.
Wait, Guild War defense you said?
Yeah.
And can you tell us about that real fast? What does that mean?
I used to run him on. I used to run him on, so I would catch people off guard in my Guild War defense. But
so, Elv, you said Aureus? Did you say Aureus?
Yeah. But we need so many Aureus, so I have to remove his Aureus.
Okay. Elv, you can definitely get another Aureus though. For you, light work, man. Number 10 Aureus, max limit.
Yeah, but I want to max. I like to use max artifacts, so instead of giving him a plus 15, I'll max other Aureus. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll give him back an Aureus.
All right, just fun. He said for Guild War defense. Momo, even after the buffs, Elv, just PvE, random world boss.
Yeah. Nothing.
Soul,
nothing.
Senya, maybe.
No. I think this unit's pretty bad, and I hate this unit. So no love from me.
No
just holding here.
Wait up, why do you hate her?
She's watch your entire team die, and then maybe 5% of the game she'll solo.
So you think she's greedy?
Yeah.
Greedy. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like her.
All right, fair enough. Cerise, outdated. She got power crept, right?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah. Here we go. This is a real unit though, Elv. Although this one too, maybe slightly getting, you know, outplaced a bit. What do you think about Para right now?
This is like my mega leftover fast gear. She's not even 300. I think Para is still very good though. Like on the last day I faced Farah's and I struggled versus her a bit, not gonna lie, even with the DGB. And I still think this unit's amazing, and I still played her with this build. I even won a game versus Jinta using her.
Still good. Build. So for Elv guys, still a great unit. Just maybe harder to use or can't pick her as easily as before, right?
Yeah. But still great. And I regret moving her down on my tier list because I still think she's triple S material.
Okay. Next up is Bad Cat Armin. Joke unit MLM.
Just for fun, yeah.
Just for fun. LQC though, real.
I used it way more at the beginning of the season. Yeah, she's hard to use, right? Like Rimuru Hwayong one-shotter, the classic.
Yep.
I'm always gonna say this, right? This is a classic. But when Aria came out, she became a lot more usable because Aria hides from Hwayong. So, and that one of the reasons I use Book Aria so I could soul burn Little Queen Charlotte. Because my build with attack buff will kill Apocalypse.
I remember you telling me that, but that's for your Aria in particular. Though it's a freak, it's a special Aria. Not a lot of people can do that, but he likes that interaction, boys. The combo there with the book, then he can soul burn the LQC. All right, you said this is one of the more overrated units for you overall, right?
Yeah, and I have a really good build on mine, but
this is every time.
Yeah, every time I tried to use her versus Seal Lilius, I died. Every time my opponents tried to use her versus my Seal Lilius, they died. And yeah. She's still a good unit though, right? Obviously, I still think she's an amazing unit. It's just that don't think this counters Seal Lilius because this does not counter Seal Lilius. This is good only versus Seal Lilius. Doesn't counter her. Yeah. It's just good.
Okay. Last season though, definitely she countered Sea Lilius. It was almost a free win. Not this season, the season before.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
mine was Littling versus Sea, but yours would definitely clean up. But now, the damage is a little bit too high. But your build is very good overall. Pen set bonus.
My build's really good. She has really good gear, but it's just hard to use her. Like she dies, she just dies before she can start cleaning up. Or if there's drafts where you draft her and she just cleaves your opponent team. But that's usually because they should have banned her. Like she's still good versus Solitaria, right? Because people were talking about how disgusting Solitaria is. She's a really good answer against Solitaria.
Yeah.
There's some polities drafts you can bring her, but I think this was one of the most overrated units of the season.
Makes sense. Okay. All right.
Still good unit though. Still good unit.
Yeah. Here we'll skip the bike in Amelia.
Yeah.
You use this one a lot.
A lot. I slowed her down for the end.
So I used to run the fastest gear.
Yeah, I used to run her at 275 speed, which means 290 post frenzy. One of the MVPs of the season for sure, right? We knew that giving 15 extra speed to an Oxlot had to be good, right?
Yeah. So same thing with DN. Elv, you think after the changes and stuff, she'll still be great? She's gonna lose 5, 6 speed and then gain a little bit of ER, correct?
Yeah. I mean, for example, mine loses 6 speed, which means she'll still be 280. 280 is kind of the same, honestly, as she still will oppress that mid-tier speed.
Okay. All right. So she got a little bit of her gear stolen, but still great. And you picked her a ton. Okay.
I love to do Sea Lilius Emilia draft.
Sea Lilius was Emilia.
Yeah, this is actually insane. Sea Lilius Emilia 3 DPS.
It's one of them being Stenny. Your Stenny that you picked
Yeah.
I hate
Which
that,
I would boost with Vigor buff plus attack buff, boost by Emilia, one shot. I asked 3 and one shot Lionhearts. Like,
yep.
It was really fun.
All right, Elv, I'm just gonna scroll through. Should I stop on any
of
these?
Elena.
Elena.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the Elena.
I think Closer Charles counter, because a lot of people love doing Closer Charles. She was somewhat okay versus Cleave if you could ban the polities as well. But yeah, mainly Closer Charles.
Mainly Closer Charles. Was that speed? Yeah. Is it did you need that much speed?
Yes. So to avoid Closer Charles, avoiding pressing S3, like it's like not. Oh, okay. I'll just press S1 with my Closer Charles and let the rest of it go. No, if I'm this fast, I'll either even outspeed your closer Charles or force I'll not be naturally outspeed.
Oh, okay.
And I even gave her immunity on purpose to proc Rimuru.
Ah, got it. Yeah, because S3 does damage. It does an actual hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is it's a niche one, but it has a spot form versus the closer Charles Cleaves.
Yeah.
Doris, skip.
Nope. Yep.
DJB though.
Yeah.
Elf, you have a plus 30 Guardian and a plus 21.
Yeah, and a plus 15.
And a plus 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the DJB.
I mean, kind of what we expected, right? I really like the YAR. It's not self-imprinted. If you self-imprint, you're gonna have more YAR. You can.
Yeah, we'll just show it. We'll just show the viewers. Okay.
Yeah, because I think this ER is important. You really want to be at 200 plus to more reliable resist Pyros and Sililius.
Mm-hmm.
With Ice Crystal giving me 15 ER.
Yeah, you'd be at 205.
And yeah, really good versus FCC and Pyro. Kind of what we expected.
So you pick him, Elv, after you not a first pick or anything by any means, but when you see, you said FCC and Pair, those are the main two?
Yeah, but FCC, yes, immediately. Pera is weird because if they first pick Pera and you go like a DJB right after, they might cleave you.
Yeah, they might cleave you.
They might cleave you. So it was weird there, but like it was still very solid versus.
Still good. Pera. All right. Elfelt?
No,
this was a unit you was actually on your first review I did with you. You love this unit. But
I
now
love this unit.
She has fallen off from the elf style. Okay.
Yeah, not good. Sililius, dude. Sililius just make all bad.
All right.
And then the NE, it's impossible to play these units.
Okay. There are some players that can do it, but for you, there's way better options. There's way better stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Isaria, we skip. Tama, PvE. Carmen fell off.
Carmen, I think, was so bad this season.
Yeah.
So bad because you couldn't take any value from your F2.
Yep.
Like, Warriors of Draco, Warriors of Aravia was going go. One unit was on proof. Warriors of Draco. Huayong has self-mitigation. Elkis has self-mitigation. RGBs fighting each other have mitigation. Like, you were taking no value of your F2. I think this unit was really bad this season.
Yeah. Okay. I think so too. Charlotte. Did she?
No, I don't like her. Not the units that I used at all.
But she has enough gear in case somehow you need her, but you don't play her.
Yeah. I don't play her. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Bellion, though, you definitely played sometimes, Elf?
I played a lot of Bellion until I started pre-banning Bellion.
Okay, talk to us. You liked injury over counter?
Yes, to do the control comps, you want to be on injury so you don't get Iravi soloed. Counter is much better against the aggro comps. But I'm a control player. I like to do control comps, and you need the injury for that.
Elf, we don't take too long, but like, what would an elf control comp look like?
It would look like Angel of Light, Kaweric, Bellion into Stene plus Soul Weaver.
Hey, well,
something
Bellion,
like
Kaweric, Stene, and then a Soul Weaver.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Or let's say I pick my opponent picks first. I pick Kaweric, Bellion, Stene. They pick whatever, and then I force a last pick ban, so I get my Bellion, AOL, Kaweric main.
Got it. And the injury is mainly so that APOC doesn't solo your whole team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense. Mursa, anything? Speed imprint? Did she ever come out even as a speed imprint?
Yeah. Sometimes, not often. Okay. She was like last resort.
Sure.
Fine. I have to.
Eaton? Anything? Cleave?
Eaton was another one of the overrated units.
Overrated.
Yeah, it was okay though versus some drafts, but a bit overrated. Like there was, I don't know if you remember, but there was like that hype for a week when everyone built their Eatons, including myself. But
yeah, there was like a surge in just Eaton play. People were trying him out.
Everyone built, even everyone built their Eatons.
Yeah.
But it was okay. Against some drafts, it was okay. I bust him out sometimes actually, but nothing special.
Okay. This is the second RB, but you said the first one was dog walking. Did this one see any play DJ and RB?
No, and the only times I picked him, I lost. It's
Anytime you pick them, he lost. Okay, Elv is not an RB fan anymore, boys.
No. And I love RB, but no.
Just not for gameplay. SSB, Elv, did she come out sometimes?
Yeah. It's SSP is always good, right? It's one of those internal units.
Yeah, and your
didn't
stat
play her
line,
much, but
good enough for Bruiser. Yeah, looks solid. Okay.
Yeah.
You would just bust her out when, what was an example of when Elv would pick her? Bellion,
Bellion, Stennis with FCCs.
Yeah, very good.
Heavy fire. Like.
Okay.
I still think I used Ram more than SSP when it came down to they picked a lot of fire. I think Ram's slightly better still, but yeah, SSP was still okay.
Sounds good. Haste though, Elv, just give it to the people straight. Fell off? Any use for you?
I see RB, I pick Blood Moon Haste.
How often did that happen this season?
Not that often. Not that often.
But right now, you still use him for countering RB.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes made, but even so, not always.
Those are both a little rare, yeah. General Purgus, anything? No more.
No.
Cigarette. Wander Silk, any comments on the new buffs, Elf?
Best imprint in the game. Especially if you can use her at 300 plus speed, but unfortunately I could not, so I was afraid of picking her. I was a unit I should have used more on the last days, but I was never confident on my Wondrous Silk and Seed and Green Seed speeds.
Yeah.
So I didn't pick them much, so I don't know the full potential of the unit, but this unit was very, very strong. Other people were using her a lot. I think she's the best imprint in the game.
Best imprint, boys, and also if you can get her 300, she's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Elf, anything on ML Ken?
It's ML Ken.
So not good.
And mine's good. Mine's actually really good.
Very good stats, but still not usable.
Yeah. I mean, I soloed 1 or 2 people throughout this with him. That's it.
Yeah, another unit where it's scary if you give him buffs, right? Anymore.
Yeah.
But he's out of such a weird spot. Okay. A Tywin? Any play? No play.
No play.
Right. Rem, though, you said you used outdated unit. Power creep. Yep.
Yeah.
Rem. Ooh, very bulky. Good attack. Very nice stats.
Yeah,
very good stats.
The best Punisher for AoE. The best Fire plus debuffs. Like, it's a Rem, right? We all know. She's a punishing unit. It's
a Rem, but I think your stats are very nice. Very clean.
Yeah, no, my Rem's really good, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Rwana, Elf, we don't got to say anything, but I'm glad you're on Stella. I see so many people just randomly, the ones I review in my community, they just don't like Stella, but I think it's so important for the matches.
I like it. I hate this unit though. I hate Rwana.
Yeah. You just hate her as a unit.
I hate her as a unit. She does nothing the entire match, and so she has like mediocre gear, but
I mean, Elf, everyone always says it, right? Rwana, if you pick her in a match, the gear almost doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true. I agree with you. Stella RP is the way.
Yeah, I think so too. For the Ravi, Elf, this is one. Is this Copium? Some people are trying to hold on to her. Copium, not good anymore, right?
No. I tried to play her once or twice. I lost to a single carry Celine with her.
Wait, Celine beat you? Wait, Spare Die or green?
The green one.
Okay, if that happens, boys, it's time to put down the Ravis. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no. All right. She just won a 50-50 and one-shot you or what?
Things like that, and Ravi took too much time to kill her.
To ramp up. Okay. All right.
She does no damage. She does no damage.
Yeah. How about Charles? Nothing? Anything?
My
Guild War.
When I bust out the funny stream, I bust out my
fun stream for Elf. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to be much better. He's like I scuffed some of his gear. I don't remember for who.
Yeah.
He used to look so much better.
But ultimately, even when you put better gear, it's just for fun, right?
Nah, just for fun. Just for fun.
Shadow Rose, I'm assuming random.
Green Armin was really good.
Green Armin. Let's talk about Green Armin.
Yeah. This unit, if they're trying to cleave you, you bust out the Green Armin and you just win. There's only one problem: APOC. So you need APOC on your side or pre-ban APOC.
Yeah.
But if they try to use Ran or Para into you, this unit's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
And people, Elf, when you were playing her, did people still S2 with like the Para?
They didn't. They regret it always.
Yeah, they would.
But it's like the thing. They have to. Otherwise, you stop their Caesarea.
They have to just risk it. But it's so satisfying. Elf, your stats though are insane. I think.
Yeah,
these are very good, right?
Yeah, it's really well built.
And the counter is just to give you extra chance for parry, of course, on Elbrus.
When they AoE, I want to counter. That's her job. When they AoE, she has to counter. So the best odds of that happening.
Right, because if anyone watching, they see counter built in her kit, but you actually will get more of a, you still get a bonus using counter set in addition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like when they AoE, she has to counter. Otherwise, why did you pick her?
Exactly.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, we all in on that. Makes sense. And very good stats. One of you, I think that's insane. Singelica, anything?
No.
Okay.
Wyvern.
Wyvern one shot. Coley?
No.
PvE?
I think we can skip all these now.
Let's skip all of these into... Is that... Elv, we might be at the end.
I
There's a
think
second
we
one.
ended.
Oh, this is for PvE.
Yeah.
PvE. One shot.
It's my PvE Wachishuri. Or in Guild Wars when my main Wachishuri dies.
all right. Elv, so I think, right? I think that should be it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Man, guys, I'm glad that the Armin was the last one. This thing was crazy. So, Elv, overall, let's just show them. Well, actually, can we see? Are you on the standing still? Let's go look here. Because there are probably some YouTube viewers.
No.
It won't show the Hall of Fame?
No, not yet.
Oh, it doesn't show you. Okay, well, guys, just take our word for it. Elv did finish.
I have a screenshot if you want to see.
Yes, please. Can you send it to me right now so we can just show the viewers? And then, guys, Elv and I, we're going to be wrapping up. We're probably going to do like a quick AMA for the Twitch viewers that stayed if Elv has time. But YouTube, you need to stop by. Here, I'm going to do 2 shout-outs. They'll be in the description, boys, but number 1...
I posted on the chat.
Elv, is it just real fast? 59, right?
59,
59, yeah. So, guys, those you watching, don't worry. It'll be in the description, probably in the comment, too. But make sure y'all check him out. Boys, you want to learn RTA?
Thank you so much.
One of the most entertaining, one of the most... he grinds, boys. Insane. One of the most dedicated RTA players. Very good friend of mine, too. He comes around. He always hangs. Please check him out for me. And just do yourself a favor. Elv, let's see the screenshot. Let's see the screenshot. Did you DM it?
It's on the...
Oh, in the Twitch chat? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Here we go, boys. The finish with a almost 69% win rate. Very impressive win rate, too. Less than 2,000 games played. Rank 3. Call it a day. Call it a day. Elv, it's a pleasure. Is there anything you want to say to both Twitch and YouTube?
I don't think so. But if you guys want to see high-level RTA content,
check him out.
Check me out. And thank you again, Car, for having me here.
Of course, my man.
Pleasure.
Thank you for coming on in. Elv, if you can stick around just for a little bit so we can just, close out with the Twitch viewers. YouTube, stop by. Then you can ask Elv specific questions. All right? Okay. Elv, let's say bye to YouTube chat. Let's say bye to YouTube. Bye, guys.
Bye.
We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.